I took over the reins of MIS on the 1st of September 2019 from Ms. Shakuntala Vishisht, a highly experienced educator who has left behind high standards to live up to. I had no options but to rise to the occasion. Ever since, it has been a learning experience. I complete exactly 11 months today as the HOS of MIS, and believe me that there has never been a day which has been predictable. Each day has been filled with love and warmth of Mistars and mammoth learning for life, huge acceptance from the parental community, guidance and support of none other than our most admired chairman and managing trustee, Mr. Shantanu Prakash, and of course the inspiration of Mr. Paramjit Gandhi, enveloped with affection of Ms. Jasmine Gandhi, members of the MIS school governing body. Ladies and gentlemen, guests, school community, and most of all, my darling misters, a very good evening to each one of you. I welcome you to celebrate the completion of 36 majestic years as MIS embarks on the journey of its 37th year of existence. Staying apart, spread out in countries and continents, yet together in spirit. The staff and students of MIS have creatively stitched up a show that shall enthrall one and all. However, before we begin the festivities, I am honored to present the annual school report. The annual report in its entirety will be sent to you electronically. I will therefore turn to some highlights of the year. On the 3rd of February 2020, the school community met during the morning ritual assembly and we began the academic year with a bang when I decided the mood of the year to be academic. Little did I know then that I would have to call for a community gathering again on the 12th of March, but for a very different reason, to temporarily close down the school. On the 21st of March 2020, the last Miss Star of Grade 1, Priyanka, departed for home to Singapore. Who would have then anticipated that this closure would go on for the next 6 months? However, as I proudly say, learning never stops at MIS, and true to our academic ethos, we kept encouraging the girls to use their talent and develop their intellect and creative interest so that they remain interested and interesting women for their personal and professional life in any eventuality. I have been overwhelmed with a positive attitude and academic focus despite the prevailing constraints. The happy girls are thriving on the online learning journey that they have been set on, though at home facing the situation head on with perseverance. MIS is a residential school that rests on five important pillars, which are academic, co-curricular, sports, service, and pastoral care. I shall now take you through the achievements of the school in these five aspects. Let me begin with academics. We are a school where dreams meet direction, where individual differences are celebrated, and personalized learning is set at the pace of the learner. The learning philosophy of education inbound in the meticulous and contemporary curriculum at the school that integrates the best of Indian and international, yet allows flexibility to identify unique needs and nurtures them. This year, all the three curricula, vertically and horizontally, mapped to ensure continuity in learning. The assessment system was revamped to include grade boundaries to motivate many more to excel. I am happy to say this is in tandem with the learning outcomes as desired by the new education policy that has been recently approved by the government. Let me take you through the results of the current academic year. For CISCE, we have Prachita Kothari, who topped the school rolls with 97.5%. At the ICSC level, we had Isha Sagar topping the school with 96.8%. Congratulations, Prachita and Isha. Now, moving on to the Cambridge IGCSE Toppers 2020. We had a total of 27 students appearing, 6 distinctions, and a school average with 6 A stars and 17 A's. Congratulations to Samiksha Singh, who has topped the IGCSE 2020 with 89%. We also received the Outstanding Learner Award, Top in the World in Hindi. Congratulations to Anshika Majithia. Moving on to the International Baccalaureate results. We had a total of 9 students who appeared, 7 achieved distinctions, and the school average was much better than the world average at 5.2 grades. So congratulations to Roshni Agarwal, who has topped the class with 35 grade points. What a fine achievement indeed. Academically, we are strong. We've had a good year, but I am not paid to be complacent, and self-praise is definitely no recommendation. We shall keep striving to maintain our legacy of academic excellence. Our college placements this year have been excellent. However, majority of the girls are electing to stay back in India due to the pandemic. There are still girls who have opted to go abroad, and we have had excellent placements this year in the best of universities in Australia, Melbourne, Canada, Bangkok, UK, and many more. The news is still pouring in. As you are aware, the admissions to the universities in India are still going on. We are hoping for the best in the days to come. Something which is amazing, and I must speak this out, is that Anvi Nagpal in the year 2019 was offered scholarships from 15 different universities, and she finally opted for the prestigious Toronto University to pursue architectural engineer. Congratulations to all girls who've achieved these great admissions, great placements, and I am keeping my fingers crossed for all the girls who are still waiting for their admission results. Let me now take you to the school recognitions and achievements. I am proud to let the school community know that MIS was ranked first one among the top boarding schools in Asia, besides numerous national laurels. Art and music continue to flourish at school. MIS is a powerhouse of attainment and achievement. The school culture and tradition are heart rendering and welcoming. A number of events happen at school. It's beyond the understanding of any normal human being as to how we manage to do such events along with producing excellent academic results. The school hosts 33 clubs and societies, and I am proud to say that some of them were added in this last year on the popular demand of the girls, because we believe in the vision for each vision that MIS is a platform for each girl to explore her talent in her desired field. So if a girl desires to excel in a field which we do not offer, we try our best to ensure it is offered to her by going to any extent that the school may have to go to. Inter-house competitions were carried out this year. I have listed them, some of these out for you on the slide. We've had an excellent year with these inter-house competitions and girls learning, hands-on. A number of exposures and workshops for students were also organized at school. Skills that are needed in the 21st century are brought to the girls so that they stay leaders as and when, and show these leaderships as and when they need to. A large number of inter-school competitions where our girls participated. Some of them have been listed for you. The girls participated in these and brought back laurels to the school. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now turn your attention to the school trophies and the awards. I have enlisted just some trophies because of the time constraints. The academic trophy of the year went to Gayatri House with 73 points. The co-curricular trophy went to Gayatri again with 2,336 points. The sports trophy of the year went to Lakshmi House with 162 points. The house of the year, ladies and gentlemen, this was a very, very tough competition. The house of the year was backed by Santoshi House with 1,438 points. And finally, the most awaited trophy of the year, the Raval Trophy, was backed by Gayatri House. So congratulations to all these houses. But let me also tell you in the same breath, ladies and gentlemen, the other houses were not far behind. There were times when we really had a tough time figuring out who would be first, because there was just a difference in some fraction of points between the first and the second. We now move on to the publications. I now take you to the originals. You must have received the Founder Days publication, which was the 25th edition. The girls have beautifully collaborated across the networks to ensure the continuum of their weekly publications. My heartiest congratulations to the Editor-in-Chief, Unnati, and her team. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a product of the past gone by year. And the girls, the budding journalists of tomorrow, the names that you are going to be hearing in the future, they have done it all and made us so proud. The newsletter, without fail, is in the hands of every Miss Star every Saturday morning. In fact, they wait for it eagerly to see what's written, to see who's been quoted, to see where the snooping and the gazing eyes of the editorial team have been. Wonderful work, Unnati, congratulations. I hope, parents, you've been enjoying these weekly newsletters that have been sending across to you. Moving on now to the computer coding. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce that 13 girls have qualified certificate from code.org. They now are headed to the highest level, which is certificate A. And this reminds me, my inbox. You know, we've all become now slaves of technology, cannot even live without it. Every morning, my inbox, there is a rabbit jumping on me, or there's a hot cup of coffee, which comes up as a small emoticon, or kind of a little infogram, which these girls have created through what they have learned. It's amazing how those flowers fall upon me when I open up my WhatsApp early mornings with the good mornings from these girls. My heartiest congratulations also to the team of art and design at school, who have converted many non-art participants
participationers into sketching artists, people who believed that they could not do it, now do it. And to the surprise, do it so good and so effectively that they themselves, are amazed. We have it in us. It's just that we have to believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, every Saturday without fail, we've tried to get your music on through MIS Rocks. In testing times like these, it is the camaraderie of the staff that kept the school together through the Saturday live entertainment. This is certainly commendable. MIS, dear team, you certainly rock. The tradition at school helps the girls to examine how their behavior affects others and the world where they grow, with the sheer belief that they are part of something special and great, with having a creativity and facilitating personal pride, purpose, while respecting tradition, both Indian and internationally. The weekly school havans also went live. Every Saturday, early mornings, the school community would come in together to do these havans, to pray for the safety, for the recovery, for all those who are suffering. And this added to the pious and the traditional setting and to the school motto of Theo Yonaha Prachodayat, which translates to may God propel our intellect to unfold spirituality and enlightenment. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe in leadership for life, and we believe in helping the girls find their voice. A number of programs were conducted in sports too. I now move on to the sports section. MIS is a school where a wellness-oriented upbringing is carried out in an environment that promotes a state of complete physical, mental, social, and emotional well-being. The competition is definitely not between nurture and nature, but it is to amalgamate both for the best of our girls. And we intend to develop outstanding girls and women who are going to be proud and going to make us proud by contributing to the prosperity of the country and the world in all fields. And in sports, they have not been any less. Ladies and gentlemen, I now take you on to basketball. The inter-school basketball tournament was held at MIS, where the senior team secured the first position and the junior team secured the second position. Moving on to the next sport, which is swimming. The Council for Secondary Education organized a zonal selection for swimming at Welham Girls. 12 of our girls participated, and I am proud to announce that out of the 12, 4 were selected for the regional championships. Throwball is a very, very popular game at school. The CISC organizes zonal selections of throwball at our school. Our junior and senior teams were selected for regional championship. And mind it, ladies and gentlemen, it is unbelievable that the entire team was selected, both seniors and juniors, for the regional championship. At the inter-school tournament, which was held at Manav Bharati India International School, the senior team secured the first position and the juniors backed the runners-up position. I now move on to table tennis. The inter-school table tennis was held at GNFC, which is a school in Mussoorie. Our senior school team secured the first position, whereas the junior team was runners-up of the tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, I now take you to football. The inter-school football tournament was held at MIS, and MIS secured the first position. Now I move on to skating. The CISC organized the zonal selection for skating at Unison World School. I am proud, immensely proud, that Ritana, Mithil, Disha and Amrita were selected for nationals, and Amrita went ahead of nationals, bagging a gold medal in the 3,000 meters and a bronze in 1,500 meters, reaching up to the highest level possible at School, which is the School Game Federation of India. I now move on to badminton. The inter-school badminton tournament was held at Woodstock. The MIS intermediate and senior teams participated in the tournament, and among 8 schools, MIS senior team secured the first position. I now move on to the next important pillar, which strengthens the residents of a residential school, the girls, the Miss Stars. We now move on to social responsibility. The girls are propelled to the belief that they are capable of making a difference to the world by a commitment to charitable endeavors in their small way, through their own small hands. And to this effect, this year we started a 40-hour mandatory social service program, which has done great wonders in sowing the seed of giving back to the society when the time is right and ripe. A culture of creative innovation and entrepreneurship identifies and encourages latent creativity and manifests it into original creativity for the benefit of society. I am proud of all those Miss Stars who have submitted social projects for evaluation, which the school will be funding. I'm also proud of all the work that has been done across the country and continents, helping most so the not so privileged ones, and especially the ones who've been suffering from COVID-19. Besides this, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about social responsibility, the staff of MIS is no less. The school raised around 2 lakh rupees, and this money was actually spent in helping out the underprivileged societies in and around Mussoorie, the daily wagers who were, they were left behind, or they were unable to move back to their hometowns. The staff went ahead and helped these communities by giving them and providing help to ensure that they have enough to eat in times of despair. I now move on to the internationalism and education. Our learning journeys this year took the girls to Bali, where they learned to appreciate the culture and tradition of Indonesia, which is largely a replica of the Indian culture. Besides enjoying the beaches and getting suntanned, the girls came back merrily with souvenirs to remember the trip of their life. Ladies and gentlemen, I now take you to the staff professional development. This is a place, this is a school where we dare to teach and never cease to learning. And this is not just true for the Miss Stars, but it is also true for the masters at school. A number of staff development workshops were carried out this year. Some of them were face-to-face, whereas once the school shut down temporarily because of the COVID, a number of workshops were carried out online. I have listed workshops, and you would see that they are in areas which are so diverse to ensure that learning happens in all parts of life. I take you now to the next slide, which is the transition from face-to-face to the virtual platform. Learning is at the heart of the innovating and the inspiring work at school. Ladies and gentlemen, it never ceases to amaze me how readily, swiftly, and technical was this migration to the online platform of learning, whether it was designing a lesson, using a simulation, or analyzing and evaluating student learning data. Assessing online scripts, the talented and the diligent faculty at school did it effectively, to the envy of many others. The faculty is working tirelessly and relentlessly to encourage thoughtful and meaningful learning experience along with the continuity of learning. At the same time, dear parents, We do understand that different age groups have different needs, and there will be learning gaps when the girls return to school. I would like to calm you down and say that no girl is ahead, no girl is behind. They are where they should be. We shall strike back once the school reopens, and we will bridge the gaps in their learning, which all parents seem to be anxious about. You know, I'm reminded of the girls played. There was a girl when it was the initial days of online learning. She named herself as reconnecting to fool the teacher, and she kind of put the videos, she stopped the video and it was just showing reconnecting. And the teacher, probably out of his belief and his good understanding, thought the girl was genuinely trying to reconnect, whereas she was not even in the class. Later on, when we got to know that she was not in class, we did get back to her. But these are the pranks, and these pranks are also learned. There were also girls who tried to fiddle with the screen by drawing diagrams onto the screen while the lessons were going on. I believe that life is not just passive learning, but experimenting. And sometimes these experiments can also be through pranks. It was all in good fun. And I'm sure that everyone at the moment and in the days to come is going to ensure that effective learning not only happens for her, but for those girls who are logged on onto those classes. I now move on to the next slide, which is about pastoral care. Miss Stars have come to appreciate the creative tension between independence and interdependence, and they do so with the dynamic perseverance and obvious sense of future. The residential housing at MIS provides the bedrock of independence and youthful fellowship. This is a school where girls are made capable to connect with all the strata of society. This is a school where we believe in the South African spirit of Ubuntu, which recognizes that we are all bound together in ways that can be invisible to the eyes, that there is oneness in humanity that we will achieve ourselves by sharing ourselves with others and caring for all those who are around us. I am because you are is the philosophy of professional parenting that goes on at MIS. This is an ecosystem of expert mentors, expert house mothers, infrastructure, and an environment that supports not just the intellectual pursuit, but also the sensitivities of these impressionable minds. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest strength of Mussoorie International School spans from the quality of human relations throughout the community and the sense of companionship that engenders the full residential environment, thus helping in developing friendships that will be sustained and in turn will be sustaining for lifelong learning. I now, before closing down, I would take this opportunity to thank the entire MIS community for its cooperation and good humor, the students who are the life and soul of the school, my colleagues, and the teaching staff who are tireless and dedicated to the cause, the house mothers and Miss Gala, who does so much with good humor and sympathy, without whom there would have been no residential life in school. I wish to thank my ardent supporter, Mr. Girish Unyan, who continues to stand beside me and help me through it all. Dr. Poni Chaku, Ms. Radhika, Ms. Shalini, all the academic coordinators and the head of the departments who look after academics in school. I want to thank the head of administration, the head of finance, the head of human resources, who allow us to get on with school mastering. A profound thanks is also due to the administrative, technical, maintenance support staff who serve the school with such diligence and affection. The hospital staff that copes marvelously with sickness and now are prepared for the next level of COVID safety and are geared up to welcome the girls back. A big thank you, ladies and gentlemen, To the grandmalis, all the aunties and uncles, for their never die attitude, for those countless hours that they work for us. And how can I forget the parental community who helped adapt the Mistas to learn online. Last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to convey my heartfelt gratitude to none other than Mr. Prakash, who has been the guiding light behind the stride and the flight that MIS is taking to be relevant in current times and the times to come. Mr. Paramjit Gandhi, who's always been inspirational, and Ms. Jasmine Gandhi for believing in us and our efforts. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Miss Stars. There is no better place than MIS, and there are no better people than you. I look forward to welcoming you all back to school the very moment I get directives from the government of Uttarakhand to reopen school. Till then, my Miss Stars, keep calm, keep learning, stay blessed, stay together. With this, I would also like to announce that the classes will now resume on Wednesday. We are giving you a couple of days to relax, to recoup your energies, and then reconvene on Wednesday for the next stage of learning. Thank you. Thank you very much. May I now call upon our chairman and managing trustee, Mr. Shantanu Prakash, to deliver his address to the August gathering. Mr. Prakash, if you could take the stage.
Thank you so much, Meeta. Namaskar to everybody. And this mask that I am wearing is a sign of the times. So that I am more properly heard, with your permission, I will remove my mask. But this mask is a symbol of the world that we are going through, and we'll talk about it in a little while. Firstly, let me welcome each and everyone whose lives have been touched by the special magic of Mussoorie International School on the August occasion of the 36th Founders Day. Of course, this Founders Day is unique, and in our long history of the school, the past as well as the future, I think it will never happen that the Founders Day will be held virtually. To me, as to all of you, the land of Mussoorie is not simply a school. It is a divine place. It is a place where magic is created, where inspiration is nurtured, and where some of the brightest students and the best of teachers are to be found. And this magical place is in a beautiful valley overlooking the Himalayan mountains. Now, when we look at this and the image of the school comes, we have no option but to feel really emotional because of how much we love the Mussoorie International School environment and how much we love the schools. But dear parents and dear Miss Stars, these are unique, exceptional times in the history of civilization. And I have to acknowledge and to thank every member of the school community, starting with our principal, Mrs. Meeta Sharma, who've given us that leadership that the school really needed in the times of these existential crises. I would like to thank the vice principal, every single member of the staff, whether they are teachers, the administration, the various heads of departments. I think all the teachers, and you will all agree with me, dear friends, they have done an exceptional job. Overnight, we transformed to this new mode of learning, to the virtual mode of learning. This is no less than a revolution. Our existing education system has been going on for literally hundreds of years, unchanged. One fine day, we get an order in March from the government of Uttarakhand that the school is shut down. Apart from the administration challenge, I think the biggest challenge before all of us was how do we ensure that even if the school is locked down, the learning is unlocked. And not just regular classes. The school has conducted extracurricular classes. Nobody imagined that extracurriculars could be done virtually online. I know that you've had baking classes, you've got Zumba classes, you had a Model United Nations, you had music classes, you had dance classes. It has been an amazing blast. I'd like to thank each and every Miss Star. You've shown the spirit that during these times when you were locked away in the confines of your homes in different parts of the world, you have come together as a united Mussoorie International School Miss Star community. And I have attended some of the earlier events that we have had virtually. Oh my God, what an amazing creativity that every single child has shown. I think this creativity is even better than what we normally see on the stage. So I think the crisis that all of us are going through, all the parents, the business community, the professions, no doubt, it's a phenomenal crisis and it has hurt all of us, including the school, in ways that we could never have imagined. But from this crisis, there is also an opportunity that is emerging. It's an opportunity to transform ourselves. It's an opportunity to rethink and to reimagine what our future is going to be. And let us not waste this opportunity. Let us not waste this crisis. Some erudite person once said, a crisis is too precious a thing to let go. And I can see that all of our community has come together and we have become the best version of ourselves. And in the midst of all this doom and gloom, that makes me a very happy and a very proud man. I also want to emphasize that in this moment where the world is struggling to deal with the virus, it's very infectious, all of us know. We are struggling to deal with, and we're imagining, when will the vaccine come? When is the world going to be safe? Let me tell you, dear friends, that the safest place on the planet is right here in Mussoorie, and it's called Mussoorie International School. The school is a naturally quarantined environment. Nobody goes out, nobody comes in. Everybody in the school stays within the school community. So I'm just waiting for the government to announce that schools are reopened, and I'll be the first person to go and be there in the school. And I hope that all of you from across the world are also waiting for that moment when we can again see the smiles of children, the voices running in the corridors, the cultural practice, the sports, the vibrant environment. Today, if you look at MIS, it's such a beautiful place, but it is silent. It is missing, every brick of MIS is missing each one of you girls. So let's pray today on the Founders Day that we all have an opportunity to immediately come back to the school. I think these are also occasions, especially today, when we get a chance to reimagine our own mission as a school. And let me tell you that from the perspective of the governing body of the school, I have received 100% support from all the members. I'd like to especially acknowledge Mr. Paramjit Gandhi, and we have worked together to think about the future of the school as never before. While the rest of the world is transforming, changing, education is also changing. I don't know how many of you noticed, but the new education policy that came out yesterday has put so much emphasis on culture, on values, on what they call the ancient knowledge of India. Well, Mussoorie International School has been doing that for 36 years. And finally, the world has woken up and realized that you can learn math, science, physics, biology, whatever. But the precious gift that Mussoorie International School gives to every child is not simply academics. It is not even sports and extracurriculars. It is really a foundation, a strong foundation of knowing who I am and what is my real potential. I have personally seen students come from all different kinds of backgrounds from across the world and seen them changing and seen them transforming when they come into this magical environment called Mussoorie International School. So I'm really happy that our gift to the world, our spiritual heritage, the Havans, the Gayatri Mantra is now being acknowledged finally by the rest of the world. And we must congratulate ourselves that we are really the pioneers in all of this. Friends, we have entered a different kind of environment, and I call it, this is the VUCA world. It's volatile, it's uncertain, it is chaotic, and it is ambiguous. And I think education as a whole has to be thought of again. We have to think of how we can give skills to the students that they can deal with the uncertainty, the ambiguity, the conflict that exists in the world today. But I can assure you, dear parents, that the teachers of Mussoorie International School, our board, we are 100% cognizant of what we need to do. In the past 120 odd days that this crisis has been going on, our teachers have been working harder than ever. We've had professional development classes from trainers in United Kingdom, in Europe, best of the trainers from different parts of the country, because we are also reimagining the future of the school, just as all of you are dealing with figuring out the future, whether you're a student or you're a parent who are dealing with this situation. Again, the mission of MIS is timeless. No COVID-19 or coronavirus can dent our spirit. And it is with this spirit that I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the amazing show that has been put up virtually. This itself is a magical thing. The fact that we have more than 300 people joined on this session, and we are going to celebrate what it means to be Mussoorie International School, what it means to be a MISTAR. So thank you very much, and I'll close with the motto of the school, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, dear friends. And especially thank you all the parents for your support. Without your support and your generosity at this time, it would not be possible for us to live through the crisis. So thanks again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We sure will have a lot to take back from your words. Ladies and gentlemen, and my dear misters, do not forget the reaction button and the chat options available. I request Arshia to take over the screen.
Thank you, Nimrat. Today, we embark upon the 37th year of our home, Mussoorie International School. 36 years ago, the most charming man of the MIS family, Uncle Ravel, used the opportunity of his birthday to make MIS a home for his darling daughters. And ever since, we acknowledge his birthday as the most awaited and the celebrated day at MIS, the Founders' Day. In order to commemorate this auspicious day, let us have the cake cutting ceremony. For this purpose, I request our dear principal and vice principal, along with the staff, to commence the cutting of the cake.
Happy Founders Day.
Thank you.
I now request Radhika to take over.
Thank you, Arshia. The compilation of all our experiences and achievements of the year gone by is encapsulated by the yearbook.
From reports to goodbye messages, it holds it all. We feel proud to say that the editorial team has outshined itself, surpassing the limitations of our screens in publishing the same this year. May I invite our principal to commence the e-release of the yearbook. The audience can click the emoticon and the chat feature in Zoom to show your love and support of this achievement.
I release the ebook. Congratulations to one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, you will get your hard copy couriered to you.
Over to you, Twisha.
Thank you, Radhika. Appreciation of the best is a must, for it motivates, encourages, and helps build healthy competition amongst the students. The need for recognition fuels the burning passion in every child to tirelessly strive for the best. With that, may I request our dear principal and vice principal to felicitate and congratulate the board toppers. The highest scorer for the International General Certificate of Secondary Education for the academic year 2019 to 2020 is Samiksha Singh, with commendatory 3 A stars and 3 As. Samiksha is a motivated, passion-driven all-rounder who possesses a wealth of knowledge in every field. As an excellent writer, as we all have surely seen in the diary entries for the newsletter, and an extravagant leader, she has left no stone unturned to prove herself as the creme of the crop. Congratulations, Samiksha. You have made all of us proud. From the Council for the Indian Certificate of Secondary Education's Examinations, Grade 10, the student blinding our path with her light of brilliance is Isha Sagar, with her laudable score of 96.8%. Isha, with her outgoing and friendly persona, is an exceptional orator whose words can even penetrate the ears of the deaf. She has shown her incredible set of skills in every domain of life. Congratulations, Isha. You have made all of us proud. Last but not the least is the highest scorer for the Indian School Certificate Examinations, Rachita Kothari. She has left us all in awe with her score of 97.5%. As a seasoned speaker and a meticulous perfectionist, Rajita has never failed to showcase her tactful leadership with proficiency and consistency. Congratulations, Rajita. You have made all of us proud. Ladies and gentlemen, and my dear misters, do not forget the reaction button. You can utilize this feature and also type down your reactions in the chat box to congratulate them all on their success. It would be a great pleasure to have Ma'am Meeta speak a few words of encouragement to the shining stars of MIS.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Thank you, Twisha. To all the shining stars of MIS and to all those who are yet to shine.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
I congratulate you, and I especially congratulate all these three girls for topping their class. Congratulations is not just for academically topping their class, but the congratulations are due because of all the juggling that they did between the activities, sports, and various other activities that they did. And yet, they worked hard, their diligence paid off. You are an inspiration for many, many Miss Stars in many years to come. So congratulations, well done, girls.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Pratyaksha to take over the screen.
Thank you, Twisha. Our school has had a long legacy of headstrong and capable student council leaders. But the one leading the student body today is like none other. She has surpassed all expectations and has left big boots to fill in for the next generation. Embodying the saying, purpose fuels passion, is Sanskriti Saraf, the first ever elected head girl of Mussoorie International School for the academic year of 2020. Through all the occurrences of this year, she has kept her head above water and led us with perfection. I now invite her to address the August gathering.
Thank you, Pratyaksha. Joyce Meyer once said, if you're facing a new challenge or being asked to do something that you've never done before, don't be afraid to step out. You have more capability than you think you do, but you will never see it unless you place a demand on yourself for more. Good afternoon, respected Chairman and Managing Trustee, Mr. Shantanu Prakash, guests, parents, our beloved principal, learned teachers, admin staff, and my loving fellow sisters. MIS is an extraordinary place to live, to learn, and to grow. MIS as a learning institution becomes a special place for every Mistar because from the very first day till the last and beyond, MIS is a home, a feeling. The journey throughout remains a worthwhile one. As a Mistar, I can vouch for every sister of mine that from MIS, all the She Panthers are born leaders, and together, all the leaders work in a team first and move ahead, creating their own identity. 10 years ago, as a child, I took a big leap of faith by stepping into the world of MIS. Little had I known then, I would be a proud Mistar today, addressing a large gathering on a virtual platform, representing my school. I always wondered what makes MIS the MIS. If you ask me, it is not a group of students or teachers that make this institution. Rather, it is everyone associated with MIS. The moms who help their girls stuck at the bottom of their luggage with an assurance that this time it will not get caught and still keep an oversized handbag just in case the unexpected happens. The house mothers who stay up with us during unit tests and exams as if it is them who have to write the paper the next day. The teachers who play a vital role in shaping a Mistar, from teaching us basics to cheering us up at every event, from being our mentor to developing an unbreakable bond. Teachers at MIS indeed become our gurus, guiding us through all odds. The teacher-student relation we build at MIS cannot be compared to any other institution. We talk to them about different cuisines, share grooming tips, and the list never ends. Definitely, they play the major role in the journey of becoming a Mistar. Majorly, what stays with us for long are our friends that we make at MIS. An invulnerable bond that keeps the best of friendships stronger than ever, and the bond only grows stronger with the little memories we make here, like Rajma Chal on Wednesdays, the late night after dinner talks in front of the heater, the management skills developed during outings when we divide money, and restaurants to collect food from all over Mall Road, and so on. The house spirit, the team bond, making tiny moments of celebration memorable and staying connected even through these unprecedented times make me believe stronger in the MIS values. When you enter the gates of Mussoorie International School for the first time, it does not matter who you were before joining this institution or where you came from. With the simple folio number attached so dearly to your name, the only thing that matters is what you do from there on. The school follows the No Child Left Behind policy, where every single one of us gets an equal number of vast opportunities, and it depends upon an individual what she wants to make with her years spent here. MIS works in individual growth and development of young leaders in a closed-knit community. And by doing so, it builds students who can impact large communities later on in life. At MIS, you are encouraged to broaden your horizon. Mistars play sports, learn an instrument, work for the light and sound and backstage team, learn a foreign language, and even provide service to the society all on a single day. This is what makes MIS exceptional. In my 10 years of stay, I have evolved as an individual. And the only thing I have realized is that no matter how much we try to give to this institute, it will never match with what it has given us. Now, I would like to thank all those who have enriched my journey at MIS. Our beloved principal, Ms. Meeta Sharma, my encouraging teachers and house mothers, all the Mistars, my supportive friends, my sister, and most importantly, my dear parents who 10 years ago decided to send me here. I know it must have been harder for you than it was for me, but every year has contributed to make me the person I am today. And I believe you will agree with me when I say you made the right decision 10 years ago. And on this happy note, I wish you all a very happy Founders Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanskriti. Over to you, Arshia.
Thank you, Prataksha. Imagination is the key to all knowledge, and dreams are the key to success. All mistars from a young age discover the fruits of losing themselves in a world of wonder. But that is not without developing a keen sense of reality. And what better way to display this than through a theatrical presentation? With overflowing creative juices and understanding the dire situation of the world, our students have come up with 2020 in 8 minutes to show all happenings of the previous months from different perspectives, which is sure to leave us with a better understanding and hope in our hearts.
Well, hello ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the unanticipated yet stupefying screen of eFounders Day 2020. Wondering what 2020 in 8 minutes is like? To be honest, even I was first. Let me take you through a journey of a YouTube vlogger who was pepped up for 2020. But alas, reality had something else planned for her. Presenting before you a series of striking events that took place over this year and how she came over this phase. So fasten your seatbelts to float in our boat and sail through the action-packed journey.
Hello world, welcome back to my channel. This week's video is, yes, you guessed it right, the announcement for the world tour. Yes, we are going on a world tour. You name a city, we got it. To get your hands on the tickets, click in the link in the description box down below or on the I button here and enjoy the VIP treatment. Meet you guys next week, or should I say next year. Let's make 2020 the best year ever. Like, let's meet, greet, and repeat. Meet you guys next week. Bye.
आज रात 12 बजे से संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है।
Hello world, welcome back to my channel, and in this week's video we are doing a fundraiser. Yes, we are doing a fundraiser to help our migrant workers reunite with their families, get back to their homes safely and not face any health hazards. So in order to help them, me along with others came up with this fundraiser where you can also donate by simply clicking on the link down below, and all proceeds from this video will also go for the same. So let's hope that by week 8, like this is week 72, so by week 75 of quarantine we get to our goal and we help them reunite with their families. and welcome to another quarantine vlog. Today is day infinite and I stumbled upon this video of Malini Kashyap and that was so informative and amazing. I want you all to check it out right now. Just head down to my description box and click on the link to check it out.
Review about all the cases happening in the month of June. 6 months for the year to get over. The coronavirus outbreak has left all of us astonished. The outbreak has surpassed all extensive expectations and the condition has globally gone worse over the passing months. Despite various strict actions taken by the government bodies, the virus has created a havoc around the world. Alongside the millions of deaths caused, millions of people are starving in the loss of their jobs, while economies are diving into desperate losses. With eyes wide open, I, Malini Kashyap, respect each and every citizen of the nation and request them to abide by the lockdown rules and cooperate with the government in battling against the pandemic.
If it wasn't for Miss Rona, I would have graduated college like everyone else. I wanted a grand farewell, you know. But here I am in front of the camera narrating my story. It started out as mild headaches, which slowly led up to breathlessness. And trust me, it was much better breathing in Delhi's polluted air than to be under a ventilator. It seemed impossible for me to survive in the beginning. But you know what they say, right? A combination of a brilliant doctor and a hopeful patient can bring back life. Though in the beginning, I admit, I too thought these were my last days. But it was the littlest things, you know, done by my loved ones, which truly gave me the will to survive. As a COVID patient, I urge each and every one of you to maintain social distancing and follow the government officials.
This video of hers and many others like hers showed me a whole different perspective of 2020. The one where mankind stood in unity against many other fights, including the fight against this deadly virus. This was the year where we learned that anything is possible. And my take on 2020 would be, no matter what happens, all we gotta stay is positive. If we stay positive, the world can bring about such a huge change which you would have never thought of. So keeping our best foot forward, let's move into 2021 and let's hope that this year treats us better.
So my dear audience, I believe you were able to relate to these engaging 8 minutes, which is true to life for many of us. I hope that this performance leaves you with immense optimism and faith for tomorrow. Let us seek the light at the end of the tunnel and realize that this is not the end, it's another beginning.
Wow, that sure was an incredible performance. I hand the spotlight over to Pratyaksha.
Thank you, Arshia. Moving on, we now get to hear the melodious voices of the Nightingales of Emmaus, singing an impressive mashup of the songs The Climb and The Sun is Rising, created by one of our talented students, Mahima Jayal. Soon followed by an enthralling patriotic song, Evatan, all accompanied by talented musicians playing the guitar and keyboard.
Together, we believe. Together, we can achieve. We can defy all the odds. We can build a fairer world. We can overcome the impossible. We can reach new heights. All we need is hope.
Future you had hope for is now burning.
जो करना नमन छोड़ दे। भारत को जो करना नमन छोड़ दे, कह दो वो मेरा वतन छोड़ दे। मजहब प्यारा है जिसे भारत नहीं, मजहब प्यारा है जिसे भारत नहीं, वो इसकी मिट्टी में होना दफन छोड़ दे।
ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू। ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से। पहुँचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तो, पहुँचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तो। ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, ऐ वतन मेरे वतन।
The angelic voices have truly touched our souls. And to continue, Radhika will take over the screen.
धन्यवाद प्रत्यक्षा। देशभक्ति देश के प्रति अमूल्य प्रेम और सम्मान की भावना है। एक देशभक्त अपने देश के हित के प्रति निस्वार्थ भाव महसूस करता है तथा वही प्रेम और भक्ति रखता है जो वो अपनी माँ और परिवार के प्रति रखता है। आज मसूरी इंटरनेशनल स्कूल के 36वें स्थापना दिवस के इस शुभ अवसर पर हमारे शिक्षकगण भारत माता के प्रति अपने दिल के जज्बातों को एक देशभक्ति गीत के द्वारा प्रस्तुत करना चाहते हैं। ए.आर. रहमान की रचना वंदे मातरम के माध्यम से वे देश भर के सभी निस्वार्थ भाव से सेवा करने वाले देशभक्तों के प्रयासों पर प्रकाश डालना चाहते हैं। आशा करते हैं कि आपको यह प्रस्तुति अवश्य पसंद आएगी।
That sure was an incredible performance. India is a diverse society. It is a repository of numerous multitudes of cultures, traditions, and ideologies. Every geographical piece of land has its own history, which is passed down through various art forms. To show all of them will be a feat only achievable by the gods. But, thwarting the barriers of the screen, our students have tried their best to encapsulate it all. The performance includes a wide variety of folk and cultural dances such as Rajasthani, Lavani, Punjabi, Haryanavi, Arunachali, and Kathak. We hope this leaves you mesmerized in the realization of our mosaic of cultures.
बचपन वर्गी मौज नहीं लबनी, बचपन वर्गी मौज नहीं लबनी, भावें लाइए लख गुहारा भी मेले मित्तरां दे, यारां नाल बहारा मेले मित्तरां दे, यारां नाल बहारा मेले मित्तरां दे।
That was mesmerizing. I would now swap the screen with Radhika.
धन्यवाद अर्शिया। राग हेमंत बहुत ही मधुर, लोकप्रिय और खास राग है। राग कौशिक ध्वनि के अवरोह में जब पंचम और ऋषभ स्वरों का भी उपयोग किया जाता है, तब राग हेमंत की उत्पत्ति होती है। यह राग ऋतु प्रधान राग है। हेमंत ऋतु शारद ऋतु से पहले आती है और हमारे शारीरिक स्वास्थ्य के लिए अधिक लाभदायक होती है। उसी प्रकार हेमंत राग मानसिक स्वास्थ्य और शांति प्रदान करता है। तो अब प्रस्तुत है राग हेमंत पर आधारित वाद्य संगीत, जिसे हमारे प्रिय शिक्षकों द्वारा तैयार किया गया है। इस रचना के दूसरे भाग में फिल्म याराना का लोकप्रिय गीत छू कर मेरे मन को किया तूने क्या इशारा की धुन बजाई जाएगी। आशा करते हैं कि आपको यह प्रस्तुति अवश्य पसंद आएगी।
time when the stories of prince and princesses, of dragons and dwarfs made us believe the same of the real world. But the childlike awe started thinning as we grew up, as we gained responsibilities and learned the true nature of the world. Regardless, we should never stop dreaming and believing.
This is what the dancers of MIS want to depict through their contemporary performance on the song Myself by Mehta Sahi.
When I was a little girl, I planned my perfect world and lived in a palace in my dreams. Then heartbreak came along and plans went completely wrong. Life's just not as easy as it seems. But look at me now, I'm still dreaming, still believing in myself. Look at me now, I'm still dreaming, still believing in myself. Searching for someone who would be the one to fit in the picture that I planned. The jigsaw puzzle piece to make my dream complete was always sitting in my hand. But look at me now, I'm still dreaming, still believing in myself. Look at me now, I'm still dreaming, still believing in myself. When I was a little girl, I planned my perfect world and lived in a palace in my dreams.
These young dancers have truly captured our hearts. I would now like Twisha to take over.
Thank you, Nimrat. These performances have truly left us captivated. Every cultural event at MIS is incomplete without our constant lifeline, our cultural captain, the backbone of every art displayed on the screen today. She has braved it all and emerged as a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our cultural captain, Snigdha Jain, to convey her message and vote of thanks to the audience.
Thank you, Dwisha. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As we move towards the end of this auspicious day, I, Snigdha Jain, the cultural captain of Mussoorie International School, would want to share a few lines about how I've mentored my juniors and batchmates to help make this founders a success. During these days, we shared a common goal, hope for humanity, and keeping in mind the motto of our school, traditional values and modern outlook, We Misters, along with the school faculty, dedicate this event to the frontline helpers and warriors in hope of a better tomorrow. It was not easy to think about hosting founders on a virtual platform. There were various questions in every mind of how are we going to conduct practices or how will we really present the show. But in spite of these unanswered questions, we started the work with full enthusiasm and belief to achieve the goal we had set for ourselves. Each girl participating today has practiced with full dedication to put up this amazing show for you all. And I hope they were able to make this evening memorable for everybody who joined us today. Once a great man whispered, feeling thankfulness and not expressing it is like a present and not giving it. Today, I also take this opportunity to express all my gratitude. On behalf of the Student Council body and the school faculty, I would like to thank our chairman and managing trustee, Mr. Shantanu Prakash, for taking out his precious time to be with us today. Sir, indeed, your words have inspired the students. We have been fortunate to be assisted by our principal, Ms. Neeta Sharma, and vice principal, Mr. G.C. Unyal, who have given us a constant support and a lot of encouragement. Thank you, ma'am and sir. I would also like to appreciate the support and effort put in by Dr. Poni Chako, who has been a great mentor to us throughout the event. Also, a very successful backbone. Further, I would like to thank Mr. Gaikwad, Mr. Agni, Mr. Bedajit, Mr. Jhavar, and Ms. C. Roy for showing trust and belief in us. I thank all the parents for their presence this evening. Thank you for your cooperation and patience. You always help us in carrying out such important events. I would also like to thank Mr. Basil and Mr. R. Negi for handling and controlling the event as the technical support team, alongside whom we also have the student editing team who worked on the amazing presentations we all witnessed today. I also thank the admin staff for presenting the logistics, Ma'am Abhilasha and Ma'am Madan for working tirelessly on the release of the e-yearbook 2019. Before ending my speech today, I would like to present a token of appreciation and gratitude to the class of 2021, my batch of esoteric, who gave me the belief and support and encouragement I needed to have this event. Last but not the least, I thank all the students for showing their interest in the program and the coordinators for making the show possible. I once again thank all of you for being present here. This may be the end of this event, but always remember, we have a lot more in store for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Snidha. All these performances and speeches have definitely left a huge impact on us. The past few weeks of diligent hard work and editing truly showed each and every one of us that we can do anything we set our sights on. E-Founders is something none of us would have expected to happen, but it did happen and surpassed all our expectations. Now, with satisfied hearts, we can say that even in tiresome circumstances, we did our best to keep up the ages-long tradition. Hoping to achieve the best and working hard towards it was what assured our victory. With heavy hearts, we now end the E36 Founders Day 2020. But on the bright side, we have now completed 36 glorious years and have now entered the 37th year of our existence. Parents, I now kindly request you to stand up for the national anthem.